everyone, so today I'm going to be testing Makeup Revolution. So I have never tried anything from Makeup Revolution before this, and I am actually really surprised by the packaging. I think the packaging actually feels really nice for such a low-cost makeup brand, so I was really surprised by that. Anyway, let's get started. So the first thing I have is this Makeup Revolution primer. It's the Hydrate Primer. I figured since I'm a dry skin type, I would like this. And I tend to usually really like hydrating primers. This one is a little bit liquidy, so you kind of have to be careful when you squeeze it out. It does feel a little cooling when you put it on. I feel it does hydrate a little, I think. I think it feels nice. And then once it kind of absorbs, it does leave the skin feeling a little tacky, so I do feel like it works, so I am enjoying that. Next I have this Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. So I've seen a lot of people talk about this concealer, and I have the shade C1, and this shade I think is just a little too light for me. I still kind of have my winter color, so it's okay, but it's just a little light right now. I won't be able to use it in the summer. One thing I noticed about this concealer though is when I put it on, I notice a very strong smell, like not pleasant. It kind of smells like paint thinner. I don't know if maybe I just have a sensitive smell, but this is not the first time people have really raved about something that I've tried and I've found that it doesn't have a pleasant smell. I don't know, maybe it's just the shade. I don't know, but I'm just throwing that out there. Now, because this shade is too light for me, I don't think the coverage is that great. But again, that's most likely because the shade is not a good match for me. I think if I had more of like a shade match, it might be better, but yeah, I don't know. Also, I feel like a little bit of this goes a long way. The first time I used it, I put way too much on. I'm just gonna put a little bit more. Okay, for foundation, I have the Conceal and Define foundation. And again, I do feel like this one has a smell. Maybe it's not as strong as the concealer, but I definitely notice it when I put it on. Once you have it all blended in, I don't really notice it anymore, but it's there when you put it on. I think the foundation might be a little bit better of a match, but still might be a little too light for me. Like, I definitely will not be able to use this during the summer. So I'm a dry skin type, but I think right now, since the weather is warmer and I have a good skincare routine, my skin's actually behaving. But I feel like with this foundation and concealer, it kind of makes my skin look dry. I don't know if you can see. I just don't love the way it looks. I think it's okay, but it kind of makes me look dry on its own. For powder, I have this Banana Light powder. I am a lighter skin tone, so I figured I would try the light. And I wanted to try a banana powder because I've heard banana powders are good with redness, and I always have redness around this area, around my nose. So I wanted to try it. Now, the texture, it feels nice and smooth, but when I put this on, I feel like it doesn't really go well with this foundation. It just makes me look even more dry. As for helping with redness, I do think it helps a little, but I think because of the foundation and the concealer don't match, it probably doesn't work as well as maybe it could. I have not tried this powder over a different foundation. I've only used it with this, so I'm not really sure. Maybe it will look better over a different foundation. I haven't tried it that way, but we'll see. Yeah, just looking a little dry. Anyway, I'm going to go in with a bronzer. I don't have a bronzer from Makeup Revolution, so I'm just going to use this Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer. There's done. Let's move on to blush. So I got this blush. It's called the Opulence Blush Compact. I really love the packaging on this. It's like got glitter and it's just really nice. It has a really nice mirror, and you have like 3 different tones of blush and then a highlighter. I have used the highlighter on its own. It kind of looks champagne in the compact, but it actually comes off as like a pink, has a pink shift to it. I think it looks nice. I haven't used the blushes by themselves, but how I like to use this is usually I'll just swirl everything together. But today, I think I will use them separately. We'll see how that looks. Okay, so let's do blush first. So maybe I'm just going to maybe concentrate in these 2. One thing I've noticed about this blush, it's very powdery, like maybe the most powdery thing I've ever used, like so much kick up when you swirl your brush. Like, I don't know if you can see, but there is tons of just, you know, dust. Tons of product just everywhere. Okay, so that is the blush. I think it looks really nice. So now let's go in with the highlighter. I think the highlighter definitely packs a punch. Oh, I think that looks really nice. Even though it is super powdery, I do really like this blush. I think that's very nice. So now I'm going to set my face, and I have this Illuminating Fixing Spray, Moon Glow. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like this. So, okay, I don't like this when I shake it. When you shake it, it like mixes this, I don't know, like shimmer, glitter, not glitter, like this shimmer kind of highlighty things. But but the sprayer is not good quality, so it does not disperse it evenly over the face. You will literally have splotches and dots all over your face, and then I have to go in with my brush and kind of like tap it in. I don't know. So how I like to use this is I don't shake it. And, oh God, I can't stand the sprayer on this thing. If I don't shake it, I think it looks really nice. Like, I don't have those, like, you still get those little spots, so I do have to go in with my brush and tap it in, but it's not as bad, so it's fine. Just some here and there. So I'm definitely going to be taking this product out of this bottle and putting it in my Tatcha one, and hopefully that will help, because the sprayer on that is a lot more fine, but we'll see. I haven't done that yet just because I already have a face spray in there that I'm using right now, so once that's used up, I'll give it a try. Hopefully that'll help it. But on the face, I do think, like, once you tap in those spots, like, it does look really nice. My face was looking really dry before I used it, but I think it looks really nice now. Like, it definitely helped with the dryness. So I don't hate it completely. It's just, I think the bottle and the sprayer is really the problem, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, so for eyebrows, I have this Revolution Pro eyebrow pencil. I got it in the shade Taupe. Now, I have dirty blonde hair, so I can usually use blonde or taupe colors. I do not feel like this is a taupe color. It is very warm toned, like a chestnutty brown color, like almost auburn. It looks a little ridiculous. So I'm just gonna put it on and you can see for yourself. So I don't know if you can tell, but like, it is very warm tone. It does not match my eyebrows at all. So I'm just gonna fill them in. I do like the texture. I think it goes on easily. It's not too soft or too dry. So if they had the right color for me, then I would definitely think I would like this a lot, but it's just not the right color. Story of my life. Does have a spoolie on the other end, which I really like. What I've been doing to make the color match a little more is I've just been taking this single Hikari eyeshadow and just putting it over the top. It makes the color a lot better. Still not perfect, but much, much better. Okay, moving on, we have this Revolution Pro Eye Elements eyeshadow primer in Core. So I have not been loving this product. It is really thick and it's very hard to apply. I try to get, it's just very, I don't know. I'm not used to this kind. I usually only ever use Too Faced Shadow Insurance, so I'm just really not used to this super tacky, very thick. Like, it's very hard to blend on your eye. I feel like it kind of is patchy. Also, the tone is very yellow, so maybe this shade isn't the best for me. Again, I don't know. I just feel like I have to work really hard to warm it up between my fingers and apply it, and it's patchy and uneven, and I'm not really a fan. It's really tacky. I feel like it doesn't really enable shadows to blend easily over it. I think maybe this would be good for something like maybe just putting it on the lid part and tapping like a glitter shadow over it. Maybe it would be good for that, or maybe like a cut crease or something. I don't really wear eyeshadow like that, so I just don't think this is for me. It's not something I prefer, so haven't been really enjoying that. And for eyeshadow, I have the Makeup Revolution, the Emily Edit the Wants palette. And I have been really enjoying this palette. I've been doing a lot of like monochromatic looks, which I am all about. So I've used this gold shade, I've used the greens, I've done the pinks, I've used these kind of orangey red shades. I haven't really played with these purples yet, but I would like to. But today I think I want to do more of like a pinky-ish look. So yes. So I'm going to start with the cream all over the lid and under the brow. Next I'm going to take Midwest and put that in the crease. And now I'm going to take Dues Paid and put that in the crease as well. Okay, now I'm going to take Cupcake and put that all over the lid. I don't think I've used Heartbeat yet, so I'm going to use that shade and tap that kind of on the outer third of the lid. I think I'm going to take Hi-Fi and put that on the outer corner. Okay, eyeshadow's finished. For eyeliner, I have this glitter liner from the I Heart Revolution line, and it's in the shade Angel. It's kind of like a rose gold color. So I think the glitters are a little too sparse. Also, the tip's not the most precise, so you can't really use it like on its own. Or at least I haven't really liked the looks I've used. So I've tried tapping it over the top of the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencil and ink, and it was okay. It kind of mixed with it and turned like a purple color. It was okay. I used it just on the lower inner corner. I did like that. I tried it all along the lower lash line and it was okay. I didn't love it. But I think how I want to try it today is using it over a black liquid liner, so we'll see how that goes. I don't have a black liquid liner from Makeup Revolution, so I'm just going to use this Kate Tokyo one. So I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. Okay, eyeliner's on, and I have waited a few minutes just to make sure that it's completely dry. So now let's attempt to go over it with this glitter liner. I don't know. I don't really love this look. I just feel like this tip makes it really hard to apply. Like, it's really stiff, and then like when you try to brush it on, it just kind of makes it streaky, so then you gotta pat it on. I don't know. I don't know. like almost too opaque to put over another liner, but not opaque enough to use on its own. I just feel like I'm getting it everywhere. This is not going well. Okay, definitely don't love this look. It's just kind of getting everywhere. It doesn't look very nice. I'm gonna do just a really, I'm gonna go back in with the black liner, just do a really thin line close to my lash line just to give it more definition, and hopefully not look so crazy. Okay, I think that made it a little better. Let's attempt on the other eye. Okay, I definitely think that helped a little bit. I don't love it, but it is what it is. Also, this kind of stings my eyes, which I also don't love. I think it's okay. I think the best way I've used it so far is just kind of like on the inner part of the eyelid on the bottom. But I think I'll have to play around with it some more and try and find a way that I really like using it. But whatever, let's continue. So now I'm going to curl my lashes and we'll put on some mascara. So I have this, the Mascara Revolution. It is a really big mascara. Like, this thing is massive. And the wand is huge. It kind of has the same shape as the Too Faced Better Than Sex, but just a lot bigger. It took a little getting used to, but I think the formula is really nice. Like, I do like it a lot. Like, it gives nice separation. It really holds the curl. It's nice and lengthening. Maybe not the best at volumizing, but I do really enjoy it. Doesn't flake off or smudge. Okay, and mascara is on, and I just noticed my eyeliner smudged a little, so I'm gonna fix that. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So the last thing I have is this Pro Supreme Matte Lip Pigment in the color Visionary. I thought it was going to be like a mauve-y, nudie pink color, but it actually comes across as just like a neutral nude color, which is fine. I like the color. This is a very interesting liquid lipstick. It's not really like one I've really ever tried. It has a really slow dry down, but it does set. It feels really creamy going on. It feels a little thick and creamy going on, but once it dries down, it feels really lightweight. It is the tiniest bit drying, but if I put a lip balm underneath, I think it's fine. It's really nice. I'm actually really enjoying this. So that's everything that I got from Makeup Revolution. Just a quick recap. So the things that I'm really enjoying the eyeshadow palette. I do like this Hydrate Primer. I like the mascara, and I like the liquid lipstick, and I do really like the blush. And the things that I think are okay, the Moon Glow setting spray, I do think it gives a pretty effect on the skin once you get it tapped in, but the sprayer, it's just not very good for that type of product. The foundation and concealer, they look dry on my skin. They smell like lead. They're not the right shades, so I don't really care for those. The powder, It doesn't look good over that foundation, but I still need to test it over other foundations. So far, I just think it's okay. Nothing amazing. The eyebrow pencil, it's a nice texture, but the color, I just would not consider that taupe. The glitter liner is really pretty, but the brush on this is just really stiff. It makes it a little hard to work with. So I do think maybe I'll have to play around with that a bit more. I'll find a way that I really like wearing it. I think it's okay over the black liquid liner. Maybe I just have to practice a little more to make it a little more even and nice looking. I think maybe the only thing that I just really don't like is the eye primer. It's just not the kind of primer I like personally. It's too thick, too tacky, and the tone is a little yellow. So that's everything. So it's been about 10 hours now, and as you can see, some of the foundation has worn off, especially around the chin. You can see the redness in my cheeks, and after recording, I did put a silver eyeliner on the bottom, but some of the glitters have fallen underneath the eye, like right here you can see, and yeah, so some of the glitter has flaked off and has fallen under my eye a little bit. It's not too crazy though. Eyebrows are still there. The lip product is completely gone. I didn't reapply, but it does last a decent amount of time. Like I would say maybe like around dinner time, it was starting to fade. Like after dinner, it was just slightly there, but pretty much gone. But it does last a long time. So this is what it looks like after 10 hours. I'll see you next time. Bye!